Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sunday Fun Day. We are heading into week 16, big week 15 slate. A lot of this is the week of injuries, boys. I mean, just like we lost some massive names this week. Starting with the game that's going on right now, the Steelers-Dolphins game. The TJ Watt meet Tyrod Taylor injury.
Yeah, Chargers trainer made it all the way to Pittsburgh, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that actually what happened with him?
Yeah.
I never actually heard officially.
Same thing that happened to Tyrod.
Lung.
Yeah.
Wow.
You hate to hear injuries like that. And then we lost Patty Mahomes for the season and into next year as well, which we'll chat about once Brett. We'll chat about once we get to that game. And then who was the other big loss? I'm blanking. Someone else.
In the afternoon there, the Devontae, Puka, and Micah Parsons all went out within like 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah, and I think Puka came back. He's okay, but it sounds like Adams is going to miss some time, and Micah Parsons out for the year, which is just an absolute backbreaker for the Packers. But we'll obviously touch more on those when we get to those games. Fun slate, though. I would say a very fun Sunday slate for me watching, stress free. I enjoyed most of the day. I would say. Brad, would you say the same?
Yeah, I think it was one of the best weekends of football of the year. I had a blast.
Matt, did you enjoy the slate?
That's such like a dumb thing to ask. Like, I knew right where that was heading immediately.
Well, let's start with your best news of the week, and we'll start with the Thursday night football game. The Atlanta Falcons 29, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28. Atlanta Falcons playing spoiler. Kirk Cousins turning back the clock, looking awesome. Bijan Robinson, great game. Kyle Pitts was a true story. Brett, I think you, I think I fully agree with your take, which you've had for, I think you've said it a few times on this, but your Kyle Pitts take, you want to talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, since year one of him being in the league, he's always looked like a receiver. He's played like a receiver. He should be a receiver. He can't block, and he runs perfect routes, and he's taller than everyone. He could be like Megatron if they just put him in the receiver position.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he's decent. He looks decently fast for tight end, especially.
That night he sure did. He was burning people down the field.
Yeah, so I mean I've always enjoyed Kyle Pitts, enjoyed watching him, and I think sorry, see, this is gonna be never mind.
My bad.
Keep moving on. No, it wasn't that. 11 catches for 166. What?
Yes, no, I thought you were moving off of Pitts. I had one thing to say about Pitts before, but you were still talking about him.
Yeah.
No, just as a perspective of how big that game was for him. His fifth year in the league, and from a fantasy perspective, Kyle Pitts had 8% of his total fantasy points ever.
Yeah.
Like a combination of all 5 years.
Yeah.
8% of his points were from that Thursday night game.
Yeah. Shout out anybody that started him in their fantasy playoffs this week. He put up a 45 burger. So a hell of a week from Kyle Pitts. Actually, in our league, Matt, brother of the show, Lloyd Poole did start him. Still ended up losing his week of fantasy. So that's a tough thing to do, but he did it. Matt, so obviously, before we know anything that happens Sunday, you see this game, you're watching this game closely, obviously cheering hard for the Atlanta Falcons. Talk us through emotions from this game and what it was like to see the team you're battling with for the NFC South to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. It feels like it's been so long ago since Kirk was a starting quarterback, but primetime Kirk Cousins. Can't remember if he was good or bad, but this game, bad. Okay. This game, he was sure good. 30 for 44, 373 with 3 passing touchdowns. Great passer rating. Bijan, obviously, Kyle Pitts were the story of the night for the Falcons. And the Bucs, I mean, the Bucs honestly didn't look bad. Like Evans was looking incredible out there being healthy again.
Yeah.
Like Bucky had some nice plays as well. Baker struggled at times, but still did some good things in this game. So yeah, just when it was heading into the fourth quarter there, and it was a 14-point game for the Bucs, and watching it, you kind of just writings on the wall a little bit. Oh, the Bucs and Baker aren't going to blow this one. But yeah, wow, was I ever surprised at the result of that game? That's for sure. But obviously that's huge for the division, and the Bucs losing 2 in a row is obviously huge for us. So Yeah, it was great night to be a Falcons and a Panthers fan that night. That's for sure.
I mean, just quickly on the Bucks, Brett. I mean, I've talked about them as being a Super Bowl contender at times this year. Are they flat out just not as good of a football team as we thought they were at some point? Are they gonna they got 3 games figured out here? Are they gonna still?
Their roster's legit, obviously, but it feels like since like week 7 we haven't got the Baker win it at the end of the game. Like the first 7 weeks of the year, it was just Baker winning games in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that in 10 weeks now.
Yeah. And it still feels like he's playing through some kind of injury, but never know. Never know. All right. Let's get to our 3 games that don't deserve our time this week. We have a game that just, when you look at the score, a good game and some good things happen, but just truly means absolutely nothing in this, unless you're going for a draft pick. We have the Washington Commanders 29, New York Giants 21. We have the Eagles beating up on the lowly Raiders 31-0. And the San Francisco 49ers 37, Titans 24. One thing I do want to say, just a little bit of cleanup from last week because we won't talk about the Titans anymore. Do you remember that Charmin DK stat I was trying to tell you guys about, trying to figure out? I did go and look. His pace has dropped off from a few weeks ago when it was looking real, but he's going for the all-time record of all-purpose yards this year. So that includes kickoff returns, which is where he's getting the bulk of his yards. He's 400 more all-purpose yards than anybody else. Jonathan Taylor's second. DK has 400 more than him. He currently has 2,084 all-purpose yards this year. Obviously, like I said, most of those are kickoff and punt returns. He does all that for the Titans, and then he has some receiving yards on top of that. But the all-time leader in all-purpose yards, it was in 2011. He was known for being a kick returner, but also a running back. Can you guys guess who it was? He was on the New Orleans Saints that year. Little guy.
I was gonna say Darren Sproles, but he was
correct.
He was he was a Saint. Okay.
Yeah,
Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles in 2011. In 2011, Darren Sproles had 2,696 all-purpose yards. Charmin DK is at 2,084, so he'd need 612 in his last 3 games. So he's going to need to return two kicks for 100 yards a game, and then maybe get some receiving on top of that. But that's how I think he's returned two kickoffs this year for 100 yards and then had a deep punt return as well. So there's been games where he's almost at 200 a game just from that. Because you're getting amazing. You're getting another 35, 40 yards every time, and their team's getting scored on a lot. So the ball is being kicked back to them.
Yeah.
So
makes you wonder how Cam doesn't have more touchdowns, but
yeah. Dot by Tua. All right, let's get to our 3 games that don't deserve our time. Matt, you can hit the music. I will start. We'll go to Brett and then end with Matt. Don't look now, but the San Francisco 49ers still have a chance to come out on top of the NFC as the number 1 seed.
The Raiders are the first team to be shut out twice in a single season since the Browns in 2000.
Jaden Daniels is officially done for the year for the Commanders, and Jackson Dart has been in concussion protocol in 50% of the games he's played this year.
Had that one. Cam Ward is not the problem in Tennessee, and that is fully based off one highlight pack I saw on social media.
Raiders had 75 yards total offense.
Definitely a get-right game for the Eagles. A.J. Brown in his last 4 games, 4 touchdowns, averaging just under 100 yards a game. Is he back?
Scary Terry is back with a long touchdown. Can he get 600 yards in 3 games to help catch a future I may or may not have made?
Devin White passes Dolphins' Jordan Brooks for tackles, ahead by 7.
Cool stat line for Juwan Jennings. 3 catches, 2 touchdowns.
Brock Bowers led the Raiders in receiving with 28 yards. Has not played his game this week. I'm sure he's already passed him, and we're not even.
I knew that one would piss you off.
Leg on that.
Quickly, 49ers, that bet I made on them to make the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago, 33-1. It's now 22-1.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's a great bet. We'll move on because we'll definitely be talking about them in weeks to come, but they have a legit chance to still win their division and have a chance to be the number 1 seed in the NFC when it's all said and done. Why not them? All right. Moving to our Sunday slate of games. We'll start with our 1 o'clockers and move forward from there. And we're starting in we're starting in Chicago right away. So if we want to bring Jesse in, we can. We do have producer Jesse with us again, getting clips cut out. Bears left this in because just the standings, the NFC standings, the way it jumps, the Bears go from, what were they, 3 weeks ago, the 2 seed, down to the 7 seed with loss to the Packers, back up to the first in the NFC North, and I think they're the 2 seed in the NFC again now. Then this was a game the Bears, I think, showed like why they're just a good team this year. When you play a bad team like that, it can't be a close game, and it wasn't against the Browns. Jess, what do you think of the game?
Yeah, it was a great game to watch. It was a great like week of football overall. But yeah, it felt really good just to see the Bears dominate a team that they're better than. And like, I'd be lying if I said I felt super great going into it, just because it's a relatively new thing for me to think of the Bears as a good team. And so in my mind, I was like, I could see this being a trap game, like Packers on either side. But yeah, they didn't allow a touchdown. It was just such a dominant performance, all 3 phases. It was a great game to watch.
Yeah.
Jesse, we talked about DJ Moore last week.
Yeah,
2 tutties this game. One of them, big part for Caleb Williams on that throw, but one of the, I think, probably the better touchdowns of the year I think we've seen this year. But just thoughts on Luther Burden. That's one guy I've just been kind of getting to know the last few weeks. Obviously, with Odunze out, just what are your thoughts on Luther Burden this year? I remember watching him with Missouri a little bit last year, but that's really all I know from him. That
guy is electric. Like he is so, once he catches the ball, he's so elusive. Like I feel like he spins on 50% of catches he makes a spin move after, which is kind of wild. But he's super fun to watch. He actually got carted off like the field at the end of the game. Like I don't even know what play it happened on, but like the boys are celebrating the win, and you see on the side the cart go by with Burden. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything today if he's on his status. He might be hurt. Rome also looks like he might miss time.
Day with an ankle.
So okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, they I know I saw something today, but they might shut Rome down for a couple of weeks just to get him fully healthy for the playoffs. I think I don't know, but no, DJ Moore. I freaking love that guy in terms of like just like locker room dude, doesn't seem to really care. Like he loves to like chirp the media. He loves to, I don't think much gets under his skin. He's just kind of like
wasn't he all pissy at the start of this year?
No, I think there was stuff last season about that, but I think, I don't know. I think he just like, I think he likes to like throw something out there and see shit go crazy, but I think he's just playing a game with the media. Like I think he's just having fun and doesn't really care. He just seems like a super chill, like he got one of the game balls at the like in the coach's speech after, and he's like, and he said something about first time I've got 10 wins in a year, like, which is kind of crazy to think about because he's such a good receiver. But I don't know. Well, I no comment.
You know,
no,
you can't think of it. Yeah, but no, he just seems like he's enjoying it. So, it's good to see.
Yeah, and then your 2 primetime games coming up.
Yeah, I had no idea there were Saturday games next week. Bears were playing Saturday night, which kind of surprised me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it, which sucks because I didn't see much of the Packers game from last week, and now I don't know what the situation is going to look like next Saturday night. But I'm very. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple. Like these next 2 weeks, really, like if they can win both of the next 2 weeks, and that's the only way Week 18 doesn't matter. Right now, it's guaranteed that Week 18 against the Lions, the worst case scenario for the Bears is that game is a win and get in. If they lose the next 2 and then end up there, so I wouldn't. Even if they go 1-1, that game could still be a win and get in for either team, depending on if the Lions win out. But
yeah, Lions would have to win out.
Huge.
For that to matter.
Yeah, I mean that's a win you absolutely had to have. If you don't get that one, things are starting to look real scary. So you had to have it, and you got it. Remember I said last week Shedeur Sanders possibly just isn't liked by his coach. Did you guys see the whole wristband thing?
Can you
Yeah.
explain it to me? Because I
He-
missed this.
From what I saw, he was possibly, and probably not on purpose. Obviously, I would say for sure not on purpose. But he was given the wrong wristband at the start, so he's hearing plays and he's looking, and the plays he's hearing are not lining up with his wristband. So he's got no idea what's going on at the start of the game.
Like the Browns called a timeout to avoid a delay game penalty like 90 seconds into the game. Like it was like they couldn't get
Really?
stuff sorted. He was walking to the sidelines going like this. And then it still took their next drive before, I think they went 2 drives before they figured out and they like switched the paper in his wristband.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was a very dysfunctional franchise thing to do, but also maybe you know, is there a smear campaign against Shedeur Sanders? We know Matt would want that to be happening.
Mhm.
Did you see Stefanski's interview on it? Like he totally brushed it off. He's like, I'm not sure what happened there. Like he just like it looked bad.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Matt?
I said I've said what I've said about him being an entertaining part of the NFL. So
yeah. And one of the 3 interceptions was not his fault either. It was actually a great throw.
One of the 3, but had 3 on the day.
He did have 3 on the day. Yeah. No, you know, rookie quarterback, growing pains. Imagine if he was given the start of the year, where he'd be at this point. I'm still a Shedeur guy moving forward. I want to claim myself as a Shedeur guy still moving forward.
Yep.
All right, that's it for that game. Good win, Jesse. Moving on. We have a shutout. This is a game I guess Brett will find joy in. But also seems like this guy, you know, is going through some stuff maybe off the field. So let's maybe back off a little bit, Brett. The Baltimore Ravens 24, Cincinnati Bengals 0. Joe Burrow said after the game that there's not a team in the league that would have won the game with him as quarterback in that game. He can own it. He can own it when he has a bad one. He had a very bad one. Baltimore Ravens get back on track with this one. Obviously, as must win as a must win game can get for them. They needed that win bad. And we'll see what happens with the Steelers to see if I believe they go to first if the Steelers lose this game that's happening right now. I think that's a fact. Do you guys know for sure? They'd have the same record.
I think the Steelers have the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, the Steelers beat them head to head.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I assume the Steelers would still have that, but then they play again. So they wouldn't move to first, but they'd be 7-6 with tied with the Steelers. Lamar Jackson had some good things that happened finally. Still, if you're looking at the stats, nothing crazy. Did have an interception again. Did have an absolute dot to Zay Flowers, which, by the way, he hadn't caught a touchdown pass since week 4.
Zay Flowers?
Yeah, until that one.
Wow.
So
yeah, kind of makes sense, I guess, the way their offense moving.
The way their offense moving, but yeah, you think of the Ravens like offense that's just been humming in years past. You think of those deep shots to Zay Flowers hitting. Like he's not a guy that's going to get one every game. He did have his games where he always went silent, but those seem to hit all the time, and that was an absolute dart from a dot from Lamar. Nice. Derrick Henry, by the way, 11 rush attempts for 100 yards right on.
That's huge going into December.
Yeah. The Ravens could become a scary team by the time playoffs start for sure. We might be looking at them totally differently than how we have in the last few weeks.
I hope so. I don't know about you guys. I want them over the Steelers bad.
Oh,
bad.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, like you
know what's
like
going to
you
happen
said,
with the Steelers.
Yeah. If you watch that game fully, like you said, Brady, the stats don't show it, but his arm was much better than this game.
Yeah.
He was throwing balls really. He obviously didn't have to because they shut them out. But between that and Henry, maybe they're ramping up at the right time. Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I guess. For some reason, I equate the Ravens and the Packers because neither of them seem like they can just get it going. Now I just feel like the Ravens have jumped the Packers now. Yeah. I just feel like now the Ravens are starting to go. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they could get going.
Yeah, and Lamar didn't have to rush too much in this game because it was never really close, but had 2 rushes for 26 yards. So hopefully for the Ravens' sake, he's just kind of saving that a little bit for when it really matters. Because I think, you know, if he gets those legs healthy, that's obviously something they're going to need. And you know, I'd love to see a Baltimore Buffalo game in playoffs and see if Mark Andrews can catch one in the end zone this year. That would have, people forget the Bills would have been eliminated before they even got to the Chiefs last year if Mark Andrews just caught that one. But it didn't happen. Yep. What ifs. Yep. Can't be what ifs. Anything else from that game, Brett?
Yeah. You kind of skipped over the Burrow thing. We got to talk about it a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can.
So the most interesting thing about the Bengals, they have 2 all-time wide receivers, and the quarterback's the diva of all of them.
Oh, I don't know if he's the diva.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, he had the famous quote everyone was loving. We get paid millions of dollars to play a kid's game. And then a week later, I'm not having fun anymore.
Well,
Be a fucking professional. Grow up. You don't say that to the media. Say it to your agent or something. Don't go in front of a microphone and go, "Oh, I'm sad."
It was definitely a weird press conference because you get a lot of right away the Andrew Luck comparisons.
Yeah.
Is this guy going to retire way too early, still in his prime, a top 5 quarterback in the league like Andrew Luck was, like Joe Burrow is currently. Is he going to do it? And I mean, I hope not. Maybe he wants off the Bengals. That's a possibility.
Hey, spoiler alert. He's not going to do it. Next year he'll be great, and then everyone will be like, "Remember when he almost retired?" He's a drama queen. He just
any chance he is on a new team next year? Do you guys think? Like, I don't think so, just because he's got his Jamar there and T, but at the same time, the guy just gets abused every game from that O-line.
He
so
begged for those receivers to be paid.
Yeah,
so he's got no one to blame but himself.
Yeah, well, I think he should beg for O-line and defensive help next year, and maybe they'll work on that in the draft. And the Bengals GM hopefully or the owner is fine to spend some money.
That's what we said last year though too about the O-line and the
yeah.
They don't have any money to spend. It's all tied up with 3 guys, and they're all great.
Salary cap isn't real.
Defense.
You can make it work.
It's real to a degree.
It's real to everyone but the Rams for some reason.
Yeah. Jamar Chase did have 132 yards receiving in that game, somehow getting 0 points. Guess a lot of 4th downs would have been going for it, I assume, and missing out on those. But a bad one for the Bengals, and they have officially been eliminated from playoffs, Brett. So we do not have to have that conversation anymore this year.
Fantastic. I'm sure I'll say some silly shit in the media, but
we'll be back. We'll be back, or at least I know I'll be back for more Bengals make the playoffs talk next year. So
Burrow is confirmed. We'll be starting the rest of the way though too.
Good.
There were some doubts about that, but he's confirmed going the rest of the way.
Good. Other than the time they play the Dolphins, we'll see. We'll see if that one matters. Houston Texans 40, Arizona Cardinals 20. I said this to Matt on the weekend, Brett. I don't know where. We kind of touched on a little bit next week. Are the Texans almost becoming the team to beat in the AFC?
A little bit, because they are like built for the playoffs and they run through their defense.
Defense is ferocious.
Yeah, the way they hit, like this game, the first quarter was a nightmare for the Cardinals. It looks like they were a college team out there. Every time, like the screen passes they were trying to do, because it's the only thing they could get away with. Guys were getting murdered in the flat.
Yeah.
The first 9 minutes, I think they were up 17 points or something. They might be legit as like CJ has to get it going to win a playoff game. He's still got to score points. Nico's off.
40.
It seems like a running back can be plugged in there no matter what his name is and be just fine. So
yeah.
Nico averaging just under 100 yards a game over his last 6.
Wow.
What was that?
And
Nico averaging just under 100 yards a game over his last 6.
Yeah. I mean, he's the heartbeat of their offense. I think that's pretty safe to say. He's a dog wide receiver. They did put up 40 points. I know the Cardinals are not necessarily a great team, but the
Cardinals lost that game like 5 minutes into the game. It was 17 zip before half the first quarter was over.
But CJ was 22 for 29 with 260 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. So
okay.
Not a great defense, but he did ball out against that one. Dalton Schultz kind of back a little bit too. Haven't heard his name much this year. 8 receptions for 76 yards and a touchdown. I'm scared of this Texans team, and if just a brief Dolphins playoffs update, the only 2 teams that we can officially catch now are with tiebreakers and everything are the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
great. Get the Texans out of there for us.
Yeah. Well, they need to lose all 3.
Same with the Bills.
Of their last 3. What?
The Bills need to lose all 3 too?
One of them needs to, not both of them. One of them needs to.
Okay.
And then the Colts need to go 1-2, and then we went out. So that's the
Right.
path, anyways.
Did we ever say we're currently watching the Dolphins game?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do my best from staying. We're almost in halftime, so I've refrained from talking about it. We are currently watching the Dolphins game as well. We're almost in halftime. There's a 4th and 1. I've been watching closely for sure. Defense balling out again. Jordan Brooks probably has those 7 tackles you talked about at the start of the episode. There's another. Oh, that was Minka. He's a dog too. Defense is so. I was texting my Dolphins buddy today. Got to read what he said because he worded it perfect in my opinion. He said, "This team is not that bad, especially since the injuries have slowed down. We've had the same O-line and starting D for the last 6 weeks or so, and they've been unreal. First 8 weeks, or what was too much turnover. They finally had time to mesh on defense. And Anthony Weaver is a good coach on defense too. They're showing him right now. Look at those NFL ranks during the 4-game winning streak.
Graphic right there.
Yeah. 4th and 1, Steelers going for it. Just going to watch that sneak, and it looks like they got it.
They got it.
All right. So we'll likely be going into half 3-3. Oh, ball.
Getting back to the Cardinals Texans, I just wanted to say one thing. Trey McBride last year over 1,000 yards on the season with 1 touchdown. This year with 3 games to go, over 1,000 yards on the season with 10 touchdowns.
Hey.
So,
Yeah.
Trey McBride been a dog this year. Over his last 6 games, has over 100 yards 3 times. So the guy's been an absolute dog for them.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the top 5 of the week this week. More on Trey McBride there. Yeah, he's been the unbelievable. And Jacoby Brissett, not necessarily getting wins, but you got to give him credit. The guy
Better than Kyler.
Yeah, and just throws the ball a million times, which is
Yes.
if you're on a bad team, just keep throwing the ball a million times.
Where do you think where do you think Kyler's going?
I don't know.
Man, the Raiders.
Somewhere,
he's not gonna be on the Cardinals next year.
Yeah, but somewhere's going to give him a chance, right? Like,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It could be the Oakland Athletics, though.
yeah, yeah.
Are they even Oakland anymore?
Las Vegas,
The Sacramento right now.
Sacramento for another year, and then they're moving to Vegas. Yeah. All right. Moving on here, we have the marquee matchup of the week. The Buffalo Bills 35, the New England Patriots 31. Let me tell you, watching a game where you despise both teams so much and both teams are putting up so many points. And at first watching it, it was like, this is awesome. At least I'm seeing one team get blown out. It was 21-0 Patriots. I'm like, okay, you know what? Drake maybe a turnover, was doing some good things. He was running the ball in. By the way, Drake maybe a turnover, still never thrown for 300 yards in his NFL career. Never got there. So I just like to point that out. And he did
never had a winning drive, I think I heard today too.
I believe that.
Like Matt's stat, his the last minute, never had a winning drive. I did hear that as well. And did have another interception. And then it turned into Buffalo Bills game in the second half.
MVP.
No,
Back to
Matthew
back.
Stafford is the MVP.
If the award stood for what the acronym meant, he would be. Josh Allen is far more important to the Bills than Matthew Stafford is to the Rams.
I
True
can
or
agree.
false?
I
can agree with
that. I think if they both have the same backup, for sure the Bills are in a much tougher spot than the Rams.
Without a doubt.
What are you looking at here?
What are you looking at?
The Dolphins just got boned with the call.
I don't want to hear about getting boned with a call.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
It was Jordan Brooks just called for a face mask, which he did, but the running back also had his hand in Brooks' face mask. Let's just go with offset on that one, but now it looks like the Steelers are going to get a touchdown. I don't know how. Like I was excited to do this because when things happen, I'm excited to see it on camera as well. But I don't know if listeners are going to hate that we're watching this live when they already know the results, or if they're gonna love it. But it is 7-3 Steelers, maybe.
Minute left, and it is stopped at the 1 yard line.
It's going to be 7-3 Steelers. That's okay. We can move on. Back to the Patriots and Patriots and Bills. yeah, Josh Allen did MVP things. What are the odds saying now? Did he pass Drake May? Can we stop saying Drake May MVP after that game? He's only beat one team with a winning record all year, as well as another Drake May stat.
Probably. I don't think they get posted until tomorrow, so we won't
Yeah.
know. But he's probably dropped quite a bit after that.
I think that award just has to go to Matthew Stafford, if you're asking me. But then the Bills, James Cook, an elite running back. We've said it all year. I can be man enough to admit that as well. He had another 2 touchdowns yesterday, 22 yards rushing, 22 attempts for 107 yards. He's very good. Khalil Shakir had a pretty decent game. You're still not really sure as far as wide receivers go in Buffalo, who's really going to take over there. Like, and then the defense as well. Patriots were kind of like, what if you're a Bills fan? Obviously, we awarded them the Super Bowl last episode, but what's like if they're not going to win the Super Bowl, what is going to hold them back from that, in your guys' opinion?
Hold them back from winning it?
Yeah, like if the Bills aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year, why aren't they going to?
It's probably going to be what it's been the last few years of just
it won't be
a bit of a defensive collapse and just not being able to. I think every game they've played that they've lost in the playoffs, they've gave up over 30 points.
Well,
I think that's where they need to. Yeah, but still, like you got to clutch up in those big games. And what do they say? Defense wins championships. You allow over 30 points a game, you're not going to win a championship.
Yeah,
It's definitely defense. This is probably the team they have to worry about the most in the playoffs. Oh, and there's 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3. That's fine. We'll get them in the second half.
I do want to quickly talk to Patriots fans. I know it's been a while since you won a playoff game, 2019. The league's changed a little bit. So teams are winning with 13 seconds left. Enough of the tweeting at halftime that you're the greatest team in the entire NFL. I'm sick of it. The Ravens are going to humble you again Sunday night, and I can't wait for the Bills to overpass you in that division.
I hope that happens so bad.
So what needs to happen for that? I think the Patriots need to lose. Like, Bills need to win out.
There's only one game that separates them right now, and they got 3 games remaining.
I was going to say, I don't even think they do.
I think they got to win out.
11-3 and 10-4.
But the Patriots have Jets.
So do the Bills.
Patriots have the Dolphins.
Bills only have one divisional, I guess. So it will come down to divisional if they don't win out.
And who do the Patriots play this coming week?
Let me see. Sorry, I was looking at the Bills.
Oh, the Ravens. That's a huge
Ravens.
one. Sunday nighter.
I'm telling you. I think the Patriots fans got a little ahead of their skis there. In a fun 14, 15 weeks, and you're going to get humbled here in the playoffs.
Yeah, there was a lot of hooting and hollering when they were up.
A lot of tweets about how they're definitely winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
A lot of MVP talk as well for Drake May when he rushed those 2 in.
Yeah, no more tweeting at halftime, especially when Josh Allen is across the field.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's just it's tough. It's just tough watching a game like that when you're in a position I am. That'd be, I guess, for you, Brett, like a Broncos Chiefs game when they're both really good. Now it's just
that's never happened.
Well, it's one's very good this year, so
yeah, I'm saying yeah.
All right. Anything else to add on Bills Patriots? Either of you?
No, but just super excited to see how that division shakes up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get to top 5 of the week right now, if that's okay with you guys.
Please.
Matt, any comments on top 5 of the week? Looking at last week.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Did have some people.
Back to the,
I've been thinking about it. And I think this segment will just be like my new smoke break. Like I'm just going to take it off and just not even care or pay attention. It's just everyone needs a break every now and then. And I think with how much of a joke this segment is, I think I'm just going to take this one off.
Well, yeah, no, I did what I did, and I'm just gonna have to live with that. I guess if you're not gonna participate in.
Yeah, you have to live with that.
Yeah, just prove them wrong, Matt.
Yeah, you're gonna have to prove me wrong. You
no,
haven't so far,
I don't know. Brady
What?
has nothing to do with what I think about with my team. Nothing.
I'd say it has
Nothing.
everything to do with what your team does on the field.
Nothing. I do not even think about you a little bit when I think about my team. Let's just clear that up.
Well,
We get
your
comments
team,
about whether
for-
they're good or bad. Do not factor into my brain even a little bit.
well, maybe they will during your smoke breaks here, but they will. The Panthers have to prove me wrong.
No,
There's only one way
the
for me
Panthers
to.
don't give a shit about you. They don't care what you have
Well-
to say about them
Hold on. Don't they play the Bucks in like 2 weeks?
this week.
The Dolphins?
The Dolphins.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
the
play them in a
Dolphins,
couple weeks.
Yeah.
So you will be thinking about Brady in 2 weeks
You sure
when
will.
it comes to the Panthers.
In 2 weeks, I'll think about Brady
Yeah,
a little bit, but I'm
gotcha.
not thinking about
I
him until
gotcha.
then.
You're gonna need me, man. You're gonna need me. So don't,
Yeah,
don't leave me.
well, your word and the Panthers, like whenever the Panthers come out of your mouth, my brain gets turned off.
I was
Couldn't care
rooting for
less.
them yesterday.
Couldn't
I
care
was
less.
rooting for them yesterday.
You were such a fraud.
What?
We're not getting into it, but you're such a fraudulent fan.
I was rooting for them the whole way. I didn't even. I stayed quiet after I was with Matt for that, and we'll get to the Panthers. Yeah, I was with them, but when that kick went through for the Saints, I stayed quiet. I was very respectful. I thought.
Congratulations. Let's get to
Maybe
your
not.
segment that no one
Maybe
cares
not,
about.
yes. This week's top five of the week. I'm going to be doing top 5 tight ends this season, in my opinion. So it is a tight end top 5 this week. You guys want me to start at 1 or 5? Or sorry, I'll just ask Brett. Matt's out for a smoke break.
I'd like 5.
Okay,
I have
5.
no idea where you're going to go with this.
I'm number 5. I'm starting with the guy I think is next up. His second half of the season has not been near as good as his first half, but I think he will be a very good tight end for years to come. That's Tyler Warren, the tight end for the Indianapolis Colts. Frog in my throat. 1 second. Just gonna take a little sip of water here.
That Steelers touchdown got to you, eh?
No, we're good. Tyler Warren, I think I just think he's going to be a very steady tight end for the Colts from years to come. So I do have him at number 5. Good young gun in the league. Number 4. This is paying tribute to the GOAT of tight ends, in my opinion. He'll go down as that when he ends his career, and that's Travis Kelce. Brett, I hope you're okay with him in the number 4. He's still looked good this year. There's hasn't been many bright spots on the Kansas City Chiefs offense this year, and he has looked good. He's second in receiving yards and in fantasy points. I know that doesn't mean that much, but I will add fantasy points in there. He's second among all tight ends this year in both those things. So he has had a good year, and this might be the end for Travis Kelce. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's the type of guy that would want to go out not making the playoffs. I feel like he might come back for one more. But I do have Travis Kelce as my number 4. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Number 3. If you look at the stats, this guy is way down there this year because he did miss some time. But if I'm looking at a team and I'm building a team for playoffs, I'm building a team for the season, I want this guy on my team. That's George Kittle. I still have him up there. The stats won't show you that he's high on the tight end list this year with touchdowns and receiving yards. But George Kittle, I still think, and if you're counting everything, locker room, blocking, all that shit, George Kittle is a guy you would want as a tight end, number 3 in my opinion. Number 2, Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers is so elite, and I think he's being wasted with a horrible Raiders team this year and last year. Honestly, he hasn't had a good quarterback to throw to him in his NFL career yet, and he's still put up pretty good numbers this year down. But that's because the Raiders literally just get 0 points. If they get points, it's because he has a touchdown. So Brock Bowers, I do think, is the second best. Number 2, we touched on this guy earlier. Trey McBride is separating himself from everybody. He's going to be, if you're looking at fantasy again, he's going to be that first tight end off the board every year for years to come. A little bit on Trey McBride. He has 105 catches for over 1,000 yards this year with 10 touchdowns, as Matt said. He's caught at least 5 catches in 16 straight games, which is an NFL record. He took that from Travis Kelce, who had it in 15 straight games. So if dating back to last year, 16 straight games with 5 catches or more from Trey McBride. So yeah, I think I got Trey, Brock Bowers, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Tyler Warren. Honorable mentions. I have Kyle Pitts, but we're not sure if we got to put him in the wide receiver rankings now or the tight end, but he is. I still do think offensively. You know, he has a chance to be up there, so he's in my honorable mentions. I have Dallas Goedert. He had a big game for the Eagles. He's shown it in playoffs as well that he can be a contributor there, so he's in there. Tucker Kraft, honorable mention, obviously hurt, but he would crack that list likely if he would have been playing all year. Darren Waller, dog, and Tommy Tremble is what?
I just not a single Bills tight end in there either.
No, not proven enough. But Matt, what was that scoff?
This segment is such a joke.
What do you mean? what I don't know what more I can do.
Oh my god. Tommy Tremble. Darren Waller.
He's in my honorable mentions. He had that huge catch once this year, one game.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't mention Oronde Gadsden, and he's had a hell of a
he needs to prove it. He needs to prove it more.
He's only played 6 or 7 games.
It's just a pure troll job. That's all that is.
What are you talking about?
You think Tommy Tremble's a top 5 tight end in the league?
No, he's on my honorable mentions.
I don't think he's the top 15. I don't think he's the top 20.
Oh, whoa.
So you hate Tommy?
He's tight end too.
No, he's not.
Jatavian Sanders, he's my guy.
Just because he's your guy doesn't mean he's the Tommy Tremble is tight end 1 for the Panthers. I was looking at the stats today. Tommy's name was coming up all the time. I had to put him in my honorable mentions. I don't know what, I don't know what I can do with this segment to make you happy. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see next week, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see.
Back to our Sunday games. Jacksonville Jaguars 48, New York Jets 20. Shout out Brady Cook first before we talk about the Jags. Brady Cook did have his first NFL touchdown. I can't imagine we're going to be seeing too much of Brady Cook in the future, in his future in the NFL. Likely going to be one of those third stringer guys, practice squad guys. But they showed his parents in the stands when he had his first touchdown there, and that's he's gonna have a game ball. With a touchdown, saying he threw a touchdown. Did throw 3 interceptions as well. Maybe just doesn't need to keep those balls, but Brady Cook. Let Brady cook, they said on the broadcast at one point.
He just showed up out of nowhere for me. I feel like I watch enough college where I should know these quarterbacks. It's kind of like when Tim Boyle showed up. I had no idea where Tim Boyle came from. No idea where this guy came from either.
I'm convinced Tim Boyle never played college. I don't think he ever played quarterback. He was just around.
He just got that dad strength and joined the league.
Yeah, he was like an accountant in New York, and they just said, "Here, Tim, we need you to start this Thanksgiving game against the Giants or something." And he did. And Tim Boyle, probably made enough money in his. Jesse, do you mind looking up if Tim Boyle is rostered anywhere and just put that in the chat if he is? I got to know if he's on a roster somewhere. Okay, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is on some kind of run lately. He's looking. Trevor Lawrence has got a lot of shit talked about him in the past, and I'm sure this podcast has done it for sure. But he was 20 for 32, 330 yards, 5 passing touchdowns since I would say week 8, maybe 7, 8, somewhere in that range. It was after they played that. Do you guys remember that game against the Texans where they kind of blew it? And that's when the Texans were bad, and that kind of started.
They started hot, then they got cold, and now they're just on a tear.
Scorching hot, yeah. And I mean it wide receivers. They got Jacoby Myers from the Raiders. That was a very underrated pickup. I think he's been awesome for them.
He's been awesome.
That Parker Washington guy seems to make big plays every game. And then Brian Thomas, who has been kind of a disappointment this year, as far as
I would say big time disappointment.
Big time disappointment. He's still there and has a chance to make a big play all the time. And then Travis Etienne, who his career looked like it could be over last year, had 3 touchdowns in this game, all receiving, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, wow. I mean, the Jags are they, Matt, in your opinion, are the Jags like a legit, I'm not sure I'm ready to say Super Bowl contender, but contender?
No. I mean, you look at the AFC, and again, we've said it's weaker than other years, but I still think there's for sure 4 or 5 teams I take ahead of the Jags in a winner takes all game. To me, it just more so feels like they're regular season merchants in a way. But with that being said, they do have the opportunity to prove that wrong. Obviously, the playoffs haven't started yet, but
Yeah.
But in my mind, I still think I would take 4 or 5 teams in the AFC above of them.
4
So
or
I
5
kind of think they'll just be regular season merchants, have a great regular season, and I think almost depending on who they play, I would think I would almost for sure maybe take the other team. But
Okay. Let's do this exercise quick because you said 4 or 5 teams in the AFC. So say, gun to your head, had to pick a team to win as far as
playing against
Jacksonville.
the Jags.
Yeah. Playoff matchup. Denver
Yep.
Broncos.
Denver.
Patriots.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. Patriots.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I could see that being either way, though, depending where the game is.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't
That's
necessarily
not a
disagree.
round one. That's probably not a round one game. But I'll go with Brett there and say the Patriots.
Not likely. Yeah, I think Patriots fans would probably feel pretty disrespected by that. But I'm not going to even. Well, Pittsburgh Steelers,
Yeah, I'll take the Jags.
Ravens, Chargers.
I know the Chargers blew a
have seen
massive
it.
one to them, but I do think I would take the Chargers with the coach they got now.
People do
I don't
forget
think they're
Trevor Lawrence.
blowing a huge
Why the
loss
fuck
again.
did you even have to mention that first part? If
Well,
you're just going to take us
I
anywhere.
have to. It's
What the fuck's
like
wrong with
death
you?
taxes bringing up history. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was.
It's not a saying.
I basically just brought this up so I could get to the Chargers on that one.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting
no.
for it.
So that's 3.
Yeah. And then Bills Texans. Would you take Bills and
Both
Texans
those.
over them?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We can move on. Just had to get sorry, Brett. Just had to get to
Yeah,
that.
that segment was purely to get the Chargers in there.
I mean, can I just say, well, we're on the Jags. Now
Yeah.
I'm pissed off. You look at their schedule, and like they beat us. It was our worst game of the year. They beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
And then they beat the Cardinals, Titans, Colts when they were down bad, Jets. Before that,
That's
they
what I mean.
lost
Regular
to
season merchants.
the Texans, the Rams, the Seahawks. That team is not for real.
So as a podcast, maybe we're standing on not believing in the Jags at this time.
Again, very impressive what they're doing, but in my mind, regular season merchants.
Okay, so that's where we stand on the Jags currently. All right, Brett. The Los Angeles Chargers 16, the Kansas City Chiefs 13. I have I want to see what route you take here. Actually, first, go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, massive win.
Bigger, faster, stronger, scared them, kicked them out of the playoffs. It's as good as a playoff win at this point. It feels so fucking good to beat them twice. And prayers up for Mahomes. Whatever. Yep. I don't care.
What about
good riddance? No. You want to go?
No, I'll save. I have questions, but I'll save them.
Okay. Back-to-back wins against the 2 teams in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The man's got one hand. When he needs to be good, he's great. He won 2 games damn near by himself. Defense is great. Offensive line still stinks. Secondary is great. Defensive line's great. At this point, fuck it. Let's go win the Super Bowl.
Okay. So that's where you're at.
If our defense could just play like dirty, shitty games like that, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean your New Orleans O-line acquisition at the deadline is paying off, or what's changed with your O-line?
First of all, to address that, I didn't mean dirty in that way. No part of that game was dirty. The Chiefs are the biggest pussies in the NFL.
There's people saying the hit against
You're
Mahomes
hitting us too hard. You're hitting us too hard. Oh my God, they caused a field brawl because we hit them hard. Sorry, Matt. What was your question?
Boy. What did I say, Gerbs?
The O-line from the Saints, the guy you acquired there.
Does that mean, since you're now, because before the season was over, but now you're Super Bowl contenders, does that mean your deadline acquisition of your Saints O-line guys paying off, or what's changed?
Well, he did say the O-line
still sucks. Justin Herbert is a god, and our 2 young running backs seem decent.
Do you think Laura Rutledge thinks Justin Herbert is a god?
That was 2 weeks ago. You didn't. You lost a chance to bring that one up.
I know. Also, I was so pissed at myself. I heard about that after, but turns out Herbert might be a bad guy. Bad guy.
He had so many painkillers in his body. Give him a goddamn break. He still did the interview. And all right, let's bring it back. Travis Kelce, 2 weeks in a row, not doing interviews because he's a big salty bitch.
I was going to ask, what do you say to the people that say, if Gardner Minshew didn't have to come into that game on the final drive where the Chiefs could just go down and kick a field goal to tie it, things would be different right now. What do you say to those people?
I'd say suck my dick. That didn't happen. It doesn't matter. We beat him. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So you're all in, because Matt and I we have heard a couple different times this season that it's over. So right now, are you fully all in on this team? Like, why not go on a run? Why not win the first playoff game in Herbert's career?
Wow. To address the first part of that 2-part question, that's a trap. When I first said that, it was the Jags game we just talked about. We look like a whole different team.
Mm-hmm.
Now Justin Herbert has turned into Jesus walking on water. And yeah, fuck it. Why not? Who cares? We might as well. At this point, what else are we going to do?
Yeah. Well,
That's fair.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I can't think
I
of
mean,
it.
you guys want this, don't you?
Yes.
I'm going to get high on them. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to
this
see
is
you
great.
guys get a playoff win, Brett. I would like just for the sake of like one or hopefully more than one of our teams making something happen in the playoffs. I do hope the best for you guys.
Well, there's
I was
there's 3 teams that could still make something happen in playoffs. Let's not just say one
Okay,
of our.
let's be honest. You guys have been eliminated since week 8. This is just like a
Not true.
false
Not
hope,
true.
But
Not
Are you
true.
counting
yes.
Jesse in that, or
Well, then there's
the
4
first-
teams.
Well,
there's
have
4
you seen
teams
who they
that
played
still
in their
have a
last 3
statistic.
games.
Brett, this is a text I got from Chargers fan Zach, who's a avid listener of the pod today. I cannot wait to hear Brett's recap of the Chargers Chief game. Sometimes he's down on the team in brackets, which is completely fair given our history. But tell him to get fired up and show some emotion for a massive dub. Who's got it better than us?
I think he'll be happy
Got it
today.
better than us, baby.
Yeah, I
Fuck our
think
dicks. I love
I
you,
wanted
Zach.
I wanted to just wait to see how that went before I read that, because I think he and we also got to talking that because he was among the people bringing up the tattoo that is official, which I guess we could talk about that now because that's also part of this game. He was among the people that texted me about that, and I said now it's just Bills can't win the Super Bowl. The Bills cannot win the Super Bowl because I can't have that guy's full name on me. Man,
whoever made that bet against you is looking like a genius.
Yeah, I told you who last week. It was his name's Alberta Preem, and his wife Mary Jane. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But I told him that I will be full on the Herbert bandwagon, and I will be a full on Herbert supporter if it happens that the Bills and Chargers play at some point in playoffs. I'll
struggle a little bit in that one, but I think any other matchup I'll cheer for the Chargers.
I might be the complete opposite.
What the fuck?
But Brett, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos, last 3. What are like just the thoughts and expectations?
We're winning them all. Who cares? We beat the
Yeah,
Eagles and the Chiefs. We're winning them all.
Right.
It's Cowboys this week, then Texans, then Broncos. Broncos won't be playing for anything. I mean, that was the only bad part about yesterday is them winning, because we could have caught them if they lost to the Packers.
They're like the 1 seed's not locked up for them. So
for our division, it is.
Yeah, but like they're looking for like one seed of the NFC, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, the AFC. Yeah.
So ideally for you, they're not doing anything. But ideally for you, that's just like that's a seeding game, right? Because you're.
Yeah.
Are you? Have you clinched? You're not clinched, are you?
No, we could this week like 10 different ways. It's too confusing to.
Yeah.
I think after next week we need to start talking about some potential matchups, because I want to ask that right now. But they're looking at it. There's still like 4 potential teams.
I know.
Yeah, a lot can change. Yeah,
and I don't even know who I want to play. This weekend will be interesting. Like the Cowboys, the way we beat the Eagles and the Chiefs, we're just not letting them score. Cowboys are good at scoring, so this week will be interesting. And then the Texans game, I think Herbert should just sit out.
Just take the loss,
because that man's gonna get murdered.
yeah, that could get ugly. Every team against Texans right now, they hit so hard. All right, good win, Brett. That's that segment couldn't have gone better in my eyes. So Seattle Seahawks 18, Indianapolis Colts 16. I asked the question. I don't think you ever replied to it in the group chat, Brett. Did Philip Rivers? He obviously retired a Charger when he hung him up. Did he officially unretire from the Chargers to now play for the Colts as well? And do you think he'll retire a Colt now?
Well, no, absolutely not. He's going to have to come back for another day.
Okay.
To fly back to LA with his entire family. No, he never actually went out, but they're fake contracts. They don't mean anything. I tried to look it up. There's not an answer for it. I just assume it's like a child just draws on it with crayon, like you signed a 1-day contract, and he's
It was either way. It's a treat to just see him out there. The arm strength didn't necessarily look like it was all still there, which is probably pretty fair. And it also, sorry, the Steelers just caught a touchdown. It's 14-3. That's okay. That's all right.
Lots of game.
11
minutes left in the third.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That guy has bounced around.
It sure is.
Fast guy that usually drops a pass like that. So that's too bad he didn't that time. Philip also looked. He was wearing some extra rib protectors on him, which I wouldn't say helped his look out there. He did have a fall at one point, and it was a fall. Nobody hit him. He was stepping back in the pocket. Maybe got a little worried, or just maybe tripped over the old feet. Fell. Did get up and tried to move forward. He did move forward. It was still behind the line of scrimmage, but threw the touchdown pass, got the big celebration. It was just a treat to see him out there, because I wasn't dialed into the NFL during his prime. I know obviously you were seeing all those games, Brett, but he was always entertaining. He was always very charismatic out there. His interviews have been awesome this whole time. He just said he said he's just pumped, or he just hopes that his boy on his high school team that he coaches, which is Shane Steichen's offense, by the way. I don't know if we talked about that last week.
No, we didn't.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the Colts? Are the Colts running a high school offense, or is a high school running an NFL offense?
I think it's high school running an NFL offense. I'm sure there's some plays that don't go in the high, but he apparently talks to Shane Steichen every week about it and coaches. So obviously Philip knew what was going on in the offense, which is probably why you sign a 44-year-old quarterback to come play for a potential try to get in the playoffs, because the Colts, statistically very much still have a chance. And
they also have a chance to finish under 500. Tough schedule.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, that's the other thing. But they were a missed kick away from winning that game against a really good Seahawks team.
Totally.
Speaking of kicks.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Brett.
Well, say what you're going to say.
No, Myers, 18 points for the Seahawks. Myers, all 18 points, 6 field goals.
Yeah, I think he's the number one kicker in the league this year in all kicking stats. He's a dog.
This was on my second TV just by itself. I had to see every snap of Phil. I'm never going to get to see him again.
That's fair.
I don't even know if he's going to play this week. It was so fucking fun to see him. Last week I was super down on this, and he can't throw past 8 yards without putting his entire body into it. So it's probably not super smart for him to be out there, but like the little things, like him getting a first down on like their own 30, and he's like the most excited a quarterback's ever been. That is iconic. That is retro Philip Rivers. Like the leg kick after the touchdown. The weird Arnott angle, like the weird throwing motion he has, is hilarious to watch. I will always love that man. I just hope he doesn't get hurt out there.
Yeah, I hope they got Monday night or next week, a week from today. So I hope he plays that.
I do.
Confirmed he was announced as the starter.
Unreal.
Was he?
Jonathan Taylor had a chance to help them win this game. I know the Seahawks have a good defense, but they gave him the ball 25 times that game, which you would imagine, because he's been their best player all year. Only had 87 yards out of that with a long of 11, averaged 3.5 yards per carry. Taylor is I still think he's been the best running back. If you look at the full year, he's been the best this year, but is age catching up to him? Like, is the start of this year a fluke? Because last year he wasn't great. The year before that he had kind of slowed down too. Like, did we just see a good Taylor at the start of the year? Or do we still think he's that guy?
I think he's just got a case of the Saquon.
Case of the
last, the Saquon over the last few weeks. Like, still, like I think he's one of the best in the game, if not the best. But
yeah,
I just think slow over the last few games. Obviously, it's changed for them not having Danny Dimes, and they were kind of sliding before that even. But I don't know. I still think Jonathan Taylor is one of the best in the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then good win for the Seahawks. I don't know how much you guys want to touch on them, but I mean, the only thing I'll say is like Sammy D hasn't necessarily been sharp for a few weeks now. And go ahead.
I was going to ask, is this a hot take or not? You tell me. I think the Seahawks are the third best team in their own division. I think they're the second worst team in the NFC playoff picture.
I don't think that's crazy to say. Like,
I think it's defense. A hot take. Sorry, go
Probably,
ahead.
Right? Like, are the 49ers better than the Seahawks is kind of what I'm asking, I guess.
See, if they play in a head, like I'd have a tough time. Like, I think it's a very tough game to pick, but I would have a tough time picking the Seahawks over the 49ers.
I agree.
Yeah, but I'd have a tough time picking the 49ers too.
But
if you had to pick one.
This is the way I look at it. Their defense is a top, can we say 3 in the league? Like Texans are obviously up there. I think Broncos, Seahawks.
Yeah, I think them and Texans are for sure top, like,
and
non-negotiables.
Broncos, I think, are in there too. And then they have do they have the best wide receiver in the game this year? I think they might.
Yeah, probably.
And then you never know what's going to happen with their running back situation. That hasn't happened much. And then
that's like a big hole for them. Like, if they can't get the run game going.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily know if
Sammy Darnold.
Yeah. So are you picking Brock Purdy over Sammy D in a playoff game?
I don't know. I'm necessarily picking Brock Purdy over Sammy D. I think I'm just taking all the other pieces that Brock Purdy has around him versus what Sammy D does.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. That would be a tough game for me to pick if they were playing right now. And do they play to end the year, Seahawks and 49ers?
I think they do actually match up.
I think it might be the last game of the year, actually.
So that's a great thing we'll see for this.
But no, as to Brett's point before, when he was talking about it, like Rams, Bears, Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, 49ers, Packers are the current 7 teams in the NFC playoff picture. Yeah. Like maybe only 2 of those teams I'm taking the Seahawks to win over. So
yeah.
But with that being said, all those teams are elite and anyone could win. And that'll be a thing. There will be upsets. There will be games where we think a team will win and they won't. The Seahawks at 11-3 have been phenomenal all year, winning even with, as what you said, Gerbs, Darnold not at his best recently. They're still getting wins. So Gerbs looks depressed. I think I'm a little bit behind you guys, but
season's over.
No, come on.
Just gave up a sack to Jalen Ramsey.
But you guys are on offense right now.
No, we're not.
Not for long.
I'm just watching here.
Sack to Jalen Ramsey. You can't. The guy's a bum. He's not good anymore. You can't go up a sack to him. Season's over. It was fun. It was a fun run.
There's still 9 minutes, isn't there, in the third quarter?
Those types of fans are the worst, giving up on their team. Next game though.
Yeah, 49ers 37. No, we talked about that one. Broncos 34, Packers 36. Here we go, Brett. Bo Nix.
Yeah, what do you want?
I've been saying it all year. Bo Nix is a really good quarterback in this NFL. I've beat the drum all year. I've been the only one to beat the drum. Matt seems on the fence, or I don't know what for sure. You say bad. I say really good. This game, really good. Packers are a very good team. They put up 34 points on them. I don't know what more you want from this offense. I don't know what more you want from Bo Nix. He was 23 for 34, 4 passing touchdowns, 302 yards. Ran when he had to, 7 rushes, 10 yards. RJ Harvey looks good. Cortland Sutton's a dog. What do you got to say about Bo Nix after this one?
Great. He put together maybe his second game of the year, complete game. Good for him. He gets paid millions of dollars to be a quarterback. What am I supposed to throw a parade for the guy because he played a good game? I don't give a shit. I
just needed to put a little bit of respect on his name, just a little bit.
Great. He played a good game.
Yeah, that's not putting respect on it. You're just saying he played a good game.
I hope they get the 1 seed and they get their ass kicked in their first game of the playoffs.
Who's that? That might be. There's a chance that's against you.
I would love to play.
Well, they would get the bye, so then you never know who they play.
Yeah.
Their
True.
roster
then,
is
yeah, it
amazing.
won't be-
Bo Nix is not. He was the reason they won that game. He might be the first time you could say that all year, and we're in week 15.
I mean, he had like how many fourth
Played a good
quarter
game against the Chiefs. He played a good game against the Packers this week.
Matt loves his fourth quarter quarterbacks being clutch. Bo Nix has done that many times this year. He maybe
got the
he
best
was maybe
O-line
bad
in
leading up
the-
to that, but when it matters, he went down and got points for his team.
Yeah, I guess. He's got a great O-line, and he's taking advantage of it. Good for him. The defense that everyone keeps telling me about lets up a lot of points to teams. They've let up a lot of points to the Raiders. I think they have let up the most points to the Raiders since like week 2. Commanders, they almost
Garbage
got beat by. Good for them. Great. Can't wait for playoff games when shit tightens up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. That will be no, I think the Broncos can win a few playoff games. I think they could.
Listen, if you want respect
if
for
he
Bo
was
Nix,
winning
go
the
to
bowl.
Matt.
A
What?
few wins is winning the bowl, Gerbs.
3, assuming they don't
If
get
they
the
get
bye.
the 1 seed,
Yeah, if they get the, I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I could see them playing in a Super Bowl. Why not? They got dogs. all
I
over
don't
that
necessarily
defense.
disagree with that.
I could see that.
I can't. No, I can't. The
We'll have to
Texans would murder them. The Bills would murder them.
Bo Nix, I don't know the stats, so I shouldn't even. But he doesn't give up sacks. He just refuses to give up sacks.
Yeah, he is. Listen, stop fucking asking me questions. I'm not going to say anything nice about him. So you say the nice stuff.
I have been. He's awesome. He gets rid of the ball, runs around, or hits a wide receiver. I think Bo Nix is an awesome quarterback, and he's a lot of fun to watch. Oh, thank goodness. It doesn't matter. The season's over. Aaron Rodgers crying about some shit.
There's still 8 minutes in the third quarter, Brady. You just got the ball back.
You are doomed, though. Did you see that stat? The Steelers 22 straight wins at home on Monday Night Football since 1990.
New Orleans Saints 20, Carolina Panthers 17. Let's get to that game. That's where we're at in here. I might jump the gun because we didn't say anything about the Packers there.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
That's
We
a good
didn't
look
say
on your part. Nice turnover.
Turnover.
Like as into the next segment. Like you
You
turned.
can't,
Like,
you
was
can't
bad.
say that word while we're watching the Dolphins.
yeah, that's true. We are accustomed to Tua leading the league in interceptions along Geno Smith.
Tua has 13. Bryce has 9. Like the difference is not that much. And by the
It's
way,
not-
Herbert
it's
has 12.
14.
Yeah, he had one. I was hoping you wouldn't remember he had one tonight.
Oh, and he has
Yeah.
one tonight, so he's actually at 15.
No, it's 14 with that one tonight.
No. Last week when I had the stat, he had 14, tied with Geno Smith for 14.
Okay, 15. Herbert's got 12. Bryce is 9. Like it's not that much of a difference. And
Yeah, not all
and you
picks
guys,
are
the way you
bad.
guys have been talking about both those guys this year, you'd think they're going to split the MVP, Herbert and Bryce.
Yeah, again, if the acronym stood for what it actually means, Herbert would be in the conversation.
You never mind. Jordan, Packers. Parsons, obviously, that's an absolute backbreaker.
Yep.
They were looking like they had everything kind of going together. They also lost Christian Watson this game. I don't know how long term that injury is.
I think it's not as serious as what they thought. So like he might miss a week or two, but he's still there in the foreseeable future.
Well, that's good because he looked like their top dog. Losing him would be massive. Josh Jacobs was the lone probably bright spot in the offense. Love didn't have a great game, but yeah, it looked like the Packers were kind of putting everything together, and then that all seemed to just come crashing down. And by the way, Packers fans that I've talked to, they're very, very down on the possibility now sitting in the 7th seed.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that Micah injury obviously sucks. Like he has 12 and a half sacks, and I saw today 8 of them came in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
That's a game changer right there.
Yeah.
That being
Right.
said, before the season, they didn't have Micah, and they were
That's
Super
true.
Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
So why can't they? I mean, they still have a great roster.
Yeah. I I don't think they're like dead by any means. I'm saying Packers fans seem to think that online that I've seen, but I don't think they're dead by any means.
No.
One of the Lions, Packers, or Bears aren't making the playoffs. Bears, Packers this Saturday. You got to put your mortgage on it. Who are you guys taking? Packers, Bears.
It's in Chicago too.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. Like, to think one of the Packers, Bears, or Lions isn't going to make it with what their current records are and everything is hard to believe.
Yeah, is
So
there
they
any chance all three make it? Can they?
Yeah.
It's if it's like the 49ers implode, like it's like things like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to say Bears just because of history.
Well, history would make
the Bears
me say
win.
Packers.
Oh no, Bears are out. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I thought, but who are you picking to win this week between the Packers and Bears?
I think the Packers pull it off.
Jesse's listening right now.
I think they do it. I'm sorry.
They're
battle tested.
Things are just, it's like the Leafs, like some things are just a little bit cursed.
Current line on that is Packers favored by -1.5. They basically have it as a pick 'em.
Pick 'em, yeah.
That's kind of surprising, actually. In Green Bay?
No, in Chicago.
Oh, it is in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense that it's pick 'em. Then I think Chicago can definitely win that game. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. All right, now let's get to. I would think the reason a lot of people are listening to this podcast is to hear this part. I would think. New Orleans Saints 20, Carolina Panthers 17. Matt?
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure you were going to first there. Yeah,
Cut the tension in here with a knife.
Yeah. I
wasn't
don't,
sure you're going to first.
The first half, I thought we played some really good ball. Just like really, really good time of possession, all those things. Just thought we were really good with it. Second half, third quarter, didn't think things were too bad. And then fourth quarter, kind of felt like we forgot how to play solid football. And
Wait.
That was kind of what's that?
Sorry. No, never.
No, what do you have to say?
I'll wait.
I'm not going to continue until you make your comment.
I just hear you. I just hear you say fourth quarter, and I hear fourth quarter, and I think fourth quarter. Who does good in the clutch? Bryce Young.
There's actually believe it or not, more than one player on the Carolina that plays in the fourth quarter. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I know.
So
it's
not Bryce's
hard to
fault.
believe. You don't know ball, so you would not get it. But yeah, I mean, it was just a tough game all around at the end there. Like the defense struggled. The refs were throwing flags at everything. Both teams, really. The fourth quarter, it was honestly miserable to watch. Flags on everything. Obviously, that call at the end of the game, I've watched the replay 100 times. I don't know what that Carolina player is supposed to do differently. He wasn't actually moving when Shaw got hit there, or Shuck, whatever his nuts is.
Chuckster.
The Chuckster. When he got hit there, the Carolina player actually wasn't even moving. So I'm not really sure what he's supposed to do differently there. When you slide right into a player and you shoulder to shoulder, as a defender, I don't really know what else you can do there. So that's obviously very frustrating that the game comes down to the refs. Obviously, wanting the Bucs to make the playoffs, it's definitely a little bit rigged.
So you think there should have for sure been no call on that play?
Yeah, and again, I know you haven't watched the replay, so you.
I was watching live. They showed it over and over and over again.
I mean, the Carolina defender wasn't moving. I don't know what else he's supposed to do. Shuck ran right into him.
Yeah, Shuck.
So I think that's one of the worst calls in the league this year. I mean, that decided a game. A 15-yard penalty is a big deal when it's that type of moment in the game. Again, that's not necessarily the reason we lost. Ideally, we're not in a defending a 3-10 Saint team late in the game for them to kick a game-winning field goal. Ideally, we're never even in that position.
Yeah. Wait.
What's that?
Saints record? 4.
They're 4-10. 4-10.
Yeah.
But yeah, just obviously disappointing. thank God the Falcons did us a favor. And it's what everyone in the locker room has been saying, though. It's for whatever reason, when good things get served to us, we just like never want to take advantage of it. We always want to do it the hard way. And we've certainly put ourselves in the position to do it the hard way again. We've had our backs up against the wall, and we've done some good things against some pretty good teams. So as disappointing it is to lose the way we lost on Sunday, I do look forward to the upcoming battle with the Bucks or a tour over the next 3. It's crazy to think we played Baker, Darnold, Baker, the last 3, both those guys in the Carolina locker room a few years ago together. Kind of crazy to think it's at that point. But with that being said, I didn't necessarily hate our effort. I just thought we didn't play that great of a second half, especially fourth quarter. So I don't know. We're doing it the Carolina way. We're doing it the hard way. We got the Bucks this weekend, and I'm excited. I really am. It would be awesome to be 8-6 and the Bucks be 7-7 right now, obviously, but that wouldn't be the Carolina way. So here we go. Buckle
up. So you guys had the ball with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yep.
And how did the NFL rig it for the Bucks in the?
And why?
If you have it with 2.5 minutes, why couldn't you just win the game?
Okay, the rigging might not be like too accurate. It was more like rage and madness that I was feeling when I kind of came to that conclusion.
I agree with you on the call. The call was, the guys.
I don't know what else you're
started
supposed to
move
in that
for the
position.
hit. Yeah, he started to move for the hit before the slide started. So
like the Carolina player wasn't actually moving forward. He had stopped. Like his feet were planted.
I agree.
I don't know what else he's supposed to do. I don't know what else he's supposed to do.
I agree. It's a frustrating call, but it's also a call like that call is being made that way every single time. Like it's not
no, it's not.
Yes, and honestly,
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Under 2 minutes, you should be able to review that shit. Like that's not a 15-yard flag in that moment of the game is massive. A game shouldn't be decided like that.
I think also what people aren't saying, there was a very heads-up play by Shuck to basically bait him into doing that.
It's not a bad point.
It's also one of those things of like we've seen it now because I've been reading a lot of things that they kind of have to like look into that rule again because if that Carolina player let up, Shuck would have kept running. Like at some point there needs to be like a little bit like that gray area of like if that Carolina player just moved so he wouldn't get the flag, like Shuck went down last second right in front of the Carolina player. So that's where it gets into the gray area, and that's been a hot topic online of the league needing to like revisit that rule because, I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much because again, we shouldn't have even been in that position. But
there you go.
But I definitely disagree with the call. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
now you got the Bucks twice. Just beat them twice.
Yeah, I know it, and that's the thing. Like as much as it sucks to lose that game, technically we are tied for the divisional lead. We play the Bucks twice, so there's obviously still lots to play for. In the moment, it definitely felt like the world was ending. I don't think I've been that mad watching football, and
you were mad.
Maybe ever. Yeah. I was mad. Like that shit was messed up, live in the moment. But I don't know. I'm trying to just move on. Think about the Bucks, and that's where I am at now. I kind of decided last night I was sitting on the couch like, hey, it's actually not that bad. You play the Bucks twice, you control your own destiny.
Yep.
It's time to get to work.
So big one this week. We're on to the next week.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. No, I think you handled that pretty well. Being 0-2 against the Saints this year definitely hurts.
Definitely hurts. 2-0 against the Falcons, though the Bucks can't say that. So at least there's.
I don't think that's like a huge. Accomplishment.
Well, right now that Thursday night win means a lot. So.
For sure.
True.
All right. Well, let's talk about the. Let's talk. By the way, the season's confirmed dead. Over. We suck. We don't suck. Should I give my should this be my year end no, I'll say it.
Let's just keep moving. It's not over.
It's over. MVP Matthew Stafford in the Los Angeles Rams 41. Detroit Lions 34. This was a good game from both teams. Both offenses looked pretty good. Very good, I would actually say. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a massive day for the Lions. Puka Nacua had a massive day for the Rams. We talked about Devontae Adams leaving with an injury. That is going to hurt them, but if you're the Rams, you just got to try to get that guy healthy for playoffs at this point. They've clinched a playoff spot. I think they're the only team in the NFC to clinch a playoff spot. They haven't obviously clinched any seeding wise, but Kyren Williams, 2 touchdowns. They're getting Blake Corum going more. So now they have a bit of like a legit 1-2 punch at running back. The Rams do. And then this Colby Parkinson. We talked about the 3 tight ends on the Rams that all look the same, the big white guys. This guy's kind of separated himself from the pack a little bit there. And he seems to be having massive catches every game.
Yeah. Second year guy, I think.
I don't know.
Or
Is he
rookie?
young? I don't know much about him until this year.
He's young. He's either first or second year guy too.
He's 26 years old, 6'7".
Maybe not him.
Yeah. He was drafted in 2020, so by the Seahawks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, those whites get confusing in their tight end room, but there's another one that's a rookie or a second year.
Ferguson, maybe.
Yeah, Ferguson. That's it. Ferguson.
Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, he was drafted in the second round this year by the Rams. He's 22. Born in 2003. Ugh. Hate to hear that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hate to hear that.
Just a kind of a cool stat I came across today looking at the box score for this one. Jared Goff, 24 or 25 for 41. 20 of those completions between JMO and St. Brown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
I was looking at the Lions as if we're doing cool stats. I was looking at Gibbs. The last 7 weeks, his touchdowns have went 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0.
Oh,
And their win losses match that perfectly.
Really?
The Lions run through Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs needs to play well for those boys to win. If he plays great in the playoffs, this team is for real.
so unfortunately, I'm under suspension, but is that a bet for this week?
It should be 3 touchdowns this week.
Should be.
Sounds like a sprinkle.
Although I'm sure even if you went to like 2 touchdowns, it's probably like minus 300. So
Yeah.
probably not worth it.
But sprinkle
But
3.
it's interesting. Like Goff, I kind of shit on him a couple weeks ago. I don't hate the guy, but I don't think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. I do think if Gibbs and Amon-Ra play like that, they're good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, if they get there,
They got to get into the dance, though. It's going to get dicey.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
If they can get to the Super Bowl, I think it's safe to say Goff activist of the year.
Activist of the year.
Last game, just a brutal game from a pretty good game. I was just thinking strictly from my fantasy perspective on this one because I had the team that Matt and I have together in a fantasy league. We needed big games from both Justin Jefferson and George Pickens in this one. Like we just needed pretty solid to get into the playoffs. And they both shit the bed. But you know who didn't shit the bed, Mr. Brett Leibold? And I am all the way back in on 9. JJ McCarthy. And the Minnesota Vikings 34, the Dallas Cowboys 26. JJ McCarthy was on one last night. 15 for 24, 2 passing touchdowns, 250 yards. That throw he had to, I think it was it Naylor maybe, or who's the other guy?
It was Naylor. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was a dart. It maybe looked like you said Phillip Rivers throwing motion, always looking a little funky. The throwing motion on that one, they were showing it. They slowed it down. It looked weird as hell. But you know what? The guy 9 is a gamer, and I think people like you just because the guy's a little quirky, a little weird, maybe. You know, he does like yoga and stuff like that. We're too quick to shit on a guy like that. Maybe let's give him a bit of time. This is his first year playing football, and if he has games like this to end the year, 9 is QB1 in Minnesota next year, and 9 might be a winner.
Okay, well. Sure, he played fine. No, he played good. He's not a little quirky. Did you see before the game he was giving high fives to all the paramedics as he was like peeking over his shoulder, make sure the camera's watching him?
No,
he's just such a dork.
How do you know
everything is for the cameras? Everything is for the cameras. Every little face he makes, he goes up and daps up JJ, and it looks like JJ wants no part of him.
The broadcast said they're
corniest
good
dude in
buddies.
the world. Yeah, I'm sure they hang out all the time.
It was probably like sick kids from like from the hospital behind the cameraman when he was looking, and you just thought he was looking at the camera, but he's like helping the kids. He's a good guy.
Sure. I'm sure, yeah. And yeah, he causes depression by walking on grass bare feet. That was his big thing during the national championship. He's just a dork. And he played terrible in college. He's not figuring it out in the NFL. He played good. Good for him.
I do think JJ will have a long career, whether that's a starter or as a backup, but I don't think he's QB1 in Minnesota at the start of next year.
Oh, what? He guaranteed his QB1 in Minnesota at the start of next year. Are you kidding?
I bet you they will. It's going to be a mistake. You're right, Matt, but they will.
I don't know. I think you're going to like jeopardize like a guy like JJ if a guy like McCarthy doesn't get off to another good start. Like, yes, he has one good game, and we're talking like he's the best quarterback in the league right now. People forget he's been dog shit for almost every start he's had this year.
Thank you.
So like one good start, now he's QB1 for all of 2026. It's one start.
Yeah,
against the Dallas Cowboys, they've allowed the second. I think they're on pace to allow over 30 points per game this year.
Yeah,
one of the worst in NFL history.
You certainly wouldn't hear me saying he's a top quarterback in the league. Am I maybe like?
I don't think it's crazy to say that he's not QB1 there next year, though. I think that's very accurate.
I think that is crazy to say. I'd say he's almost guaranteed to be QB1 there next year. I'm not saying
he's
that's
guaranteed to be in the QB room, but not QB1.
I'd say it's almost guaranteed he's QB1 next year. I'm not saying
because of one game or because of what he's done in all the other bad games.
I'm not saying it's necessarily even what I would do. Like, am I exaggerating how good I think he is a little bit? Maybe, yeah. But I think he's guaranteed. Like, they're not gonna give up on a guy that quick that they've like.
It's not necessarily giving up on him, but like you can have him ride behind your starter next year.
He's their starter next year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Can we bet on it?
I think guys like
can we bet on it?
A bad start, guys like Jefferson, they're going to start being like, "Hey,
can we bet on it?
This ain't for me." Sure.
Can we bet on it?
Sure.
What do you want to bet?
Well, is the bet that he starts over half the games or he starts game one?
You just said he's not going to be QB1 to start the year. I said yes, he will. So the bet is he
yes,
QB1?
But like if their starter gets injured in week 2, that's all I'm saying.
Week 1.
Okay, whatever you want, Gerbs, whatever you want.
I'm saying he's going into the year, like he is named starting quarterback going into the year. So
sure.
Week 1, he's okay. You want to like loser has to get their chest waxed?
I'm down for a 6-pack.
You don't? Why? You shave your chest anyways. You could use a little.
I literally have a T-shirt on my chest. I'm not getting my chest waxed.
Why? It'd be good. I'll pay for it.
No.
What about shave your beards?
I have 1 zillion times the amount of hairs on my chest that you do.
You haven't seen me lately, dude. Look at that's just the start.
Whoa, Brady, this is going on YouTube. Put that thing away.
Brady's just got 13 hairs on his chest. I got 13 hairs on my nipple.
Let's see the nipple. No, then we'll get banned. We can't have that. We
don't want that.
Okay, a 6-pack. We're betting a 6-pack. Somebody remind us next year when we're talking about JJ as a starter in Minnesota. Remind us that
more receptions than passing touchdowns this year.
I'm not. He's a. Okay, this at the start of the year it was just Brett that hates JJ. Now I'm just.
I don't hate JJ. I really don't. I just think from the organizational standpoint, the Vikings can't have another year like this, or like they've been such a good team for a long time.
I would agree.
Guys are going to start one out if they have another year like this.
I would agree with that.
I don't think they're risking that.
I would agree with that. I think they certainly are going to risk it though.
All right,
we'll see. There's 6-pack on the line.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. They are not statistically eliminated from playoffs, but they are very much in tough. They pretty much have to catch the Eagles. They have to have the. Bryce Young had 1 more TD than interception in his first year. Oh, interesting. That was a stat from our producer Jesse that just came on the screen here. So maybe that's
that's some good producing right there.
You didn't hear me just to compare that to JJ. That's fair. That's a very fair comparison, I would say.
I mean,
Because by the end of the year, JJ might have the
this
same.
is JJ's year 2, but
Well, no, it's not. He didn't play last year. You can't say that.
he was on the roster.
He was hurt. He
was
was not
on
on
the
the
film,
active
man.
roster.
Be healthy.
Cowboys are dead, and George Pickens now it seems like Cowboys are getting a bit of the George Pickens experience, which they saw all the positive George Pickens start the year. Now it seems like it's a little bit of the is he checked out a bit experience.
Yeah, totally. The Cowboys are starting to get to Steelers territory for me. I started to believe in them around like week 8, and they're just gonna finish around the same spot and miss the playoffs. Or
Matt, what are
lose
you
in
going
the
to say? I know the season's dead. I know it's been ugly tonight. Like this, the Dolphin. What do you want me to say?
It's not even bad, dude. All I'm saying, third quarter stats.
Yeah, no, I
Pittsburgh,
saw it.
163 yards offense. Dolphins minus 20.
No, it's bad. Yeah,
Just a stat.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll see. With at least Tyler Shuck's not playing against you next week, so you have a chance to win. We'll see. You can't be. Tyler Shuck has 3 wins in his NFL career. No, he might just have 2. No, he has 3 wins in his
Man, I
NFL
wish you
career. 2 of them are against Bryce Young.
Yeah, they just beat Baker Mayfield the other week, and you barely said a thing about that. But anyway, let's get
Well,
to
he's the
spread
other
game.
one. He's the other one.
Yeah, you barely even talked about it, but
We
yeah.
dominated Shuck.
But let's talk shit about Carolina.
You're talking shit against Miami.
I was literally just reading your status on the TV in case you were interested.
Yeah, Brady, it's just a stat.
It's on my TV too. It's on my TV too.
All right,
Okay,
good.
Matt,
I
give us
wasn't sure if
some-
you were
give
looking at the screen or what.
Give us some stats about the spread game after I tell you about 519, which, by the way, got my phone switched over. 519 Tech was a great help in that. He is the best. Any phone problems, take him over to 519 Tech. He is our sponsor. And just make sure you mention us when you go there. And please go there for a new battery, even a new battery. I don't know how much it is, but I know it's pretty cheap. If your phone's just dying all the time, just take it there and mention us because that helps us help you. Today's episode is brought to you by 519 Tech Services, your go-to experts for phone, tablet, and computer repair. From cracked screens and dead batteries to affordable phone plans, we've got you covered. Looking for a new device? We sell certified pre-owned phones backed by a full 1-year warranty. Learn more or shop online at 519techservices.ca. Mention us and receive 10% off your purchase. That's 519 Tech Services. They're fast, they're friendly, and reliable tech you can trust. 519 Tech Services, we love you. Always have, always will.
Yes, sir.
Sweaters, by the way, are ordered and coming in. If you ordered sweaters, they our guy told us first couple weeks of January. So sorry if they were a Christmas present. That one's on us, but no refunds. No refunds. Matt, tell us about the spread game.
Yep. So last week, Gerbs went 2-1, hitting Baltimore -2.
I'm back.
And the Eagles -10.5. Brett went 2-1 as well, hitting Buffalo -1. Barely got San Fran -12.5. They won by 13.
That's right.
Unbelievable. I'm still pending the results of this Miami game, but so far 0-2. And then our listener Lucas Shantz went 0-3.
Who do you have in the Miami game?
Miami.
You're 0-3.
Luke Shantz went 0-3. He had Carolina, Tampa Bay, and New England. This week's order,
Chauncey went 0-3.
Yeah.
Ooh, tough for the guest pickers.
With Carolina was 17, so I'm going first. Brett 16, and then Miami's currently at third, entering the fourth quarter, so pretty safe to say they'll be under that margin.
Yeah.
So Gribbs will be third.
Yeah.
And we have Blair Bender as picks this week, and what does he have?
Aaron Rodgers just having like his best game of the year right now too.
Yeah, he really is.
And our defense, I like our defense, and I'll have some better thoughts on this is probably the listeners would probably like to hear more thoughts on a horrible Dolphins game. I just don't know how I'm gonna give that in a clear headspace tonight, but I overall like our I'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it after the spread game. Blair Bender has the Rams -1.5. You got that?
Sakes, Blair. That was mine.
Tell me when you're good, Matt.
Yep.
Eagles -6.5. And the Tennessee Titans +3.5.
Who the hell are they playing?
Against the Chiefs.
It is.
That's Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew. That's going to be a weird one. Chiefs are probably like, what are the Chiefs going to do this week? Like, is Kelsey just playing out the rest of the year and stuff? Like,
I think so.
I bet she doesn't even play this week.
I
That
don't
guy
know.
is such a sore loser.
Yeah.
With the first pick though, I'm going to take the Bills on the road minus 9.5 against the Browns.
Too many points for Shador.
Give me the Shucks there. Minus 4.5 against the Jets.
Guy's a dog. I actually, in all seriousness, I think Shuck is like, he's looked pretty good, and like he might be like real-ish deal.
I think if you're a Saints fan, you got to be pretty excited for next year.
Yeah,
They were
I
supposed to
think
be
so
the
too.
worst team in the NFL this year, and they're
Yeah.
maybe in the scrappiest team of any
And for the
team.
Saints, I was saying this to Matt on the weekend. Like they're a 3-10 team going into that one, 4-10 because they won that game after. But they're a 3-10 team going into that game, and their stadium's buzzing. They're loud, and like Saints fans show out.
They sure do.
They
That
do.
stadium's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I do want to go there. Got to go there with my dad someday. Big Saints fan. I do want to get there.
Awesome.
My
Gerbs
pick?
back to back.
Yeah. Sorry, Jesse. I'm gonna go with the Packers at -1. So pick them, and then I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they kind of no. Sorry, did Blair take the Eagles?
Yep.
Can't go the Eagles. My bad. Cincinnati Bengals +1 against the Miami Dolphins.
You just can't
Wow.
quit them, eh?
It's more so just the team they're playing.
Brett.
I don't know where the Bengals are. Blair really fucked me here. He took all my picks. Vikings? Have they been picked?
They're out there.
Give me my boy. 9. Actually,
9.
hopefully JJ plays this game. -2.5 against the Giants.
Okay, and
Jesse chirping my record in the chat. I'm 4-2 in my last 6. So look out.
I'll take the Falcons on the road against the Cardinals -2.5.
Falcons on the road. All right.
You know, and then I will take
I know a team that hasn't been picked that you can
Who?
take.
not a good record when I choose them, so I'm going to avoid them.
But it's the every other.
That has nothing to do with my spread game picks on this team.
Gotcha.
But I'll go to the Monday nighter, and I'll say the Colts are dead. Gosh, hell, Carolina +3.5.
There he is. Oh, hell.
Oh, hell. Sounded like Philip Rivers, but he would have said, oh, hang.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang gummit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Mhm.
Back to you, Brett.
Whatever. I haven't picked him in weeks. Give me my boys. Chargers +1 versus Cowboys.
Gerbs.
Yeah, 49ers. That was the pick Matt was going to take. I like it. -5.5 Monday night against the Colts.
I'll be a little upset if it goes the other way around there.
Janu Smith was a guaranteed touchdown tonight too. If anybody wanted, like, if anybody was smart enough to take that bet.
Same with the
14-yard
Ramsey
run.
sack.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just yeah, that was gonna happen. We never should have got rid of Janu. Did he rush that in as a running back? What the fuck?
He did. Yeah, he was he was in the backfield for that one.
He's awesome. I always loved Janu. We should have never got rid of him.
I mean, you're pretty happy with it at the time because you got whatever player you got, but
Yeah, Fitzpatrick for Ramsey. I'm happy with that. I'm still happy with that. But giving Janu in that deal was just ludicrous. Yeah, I mean, I guess we suck again. It was good for, I got to be in here 4 weeks in a row with wins. That was fun. The path was, I mean, the original path, I called this.
Yeah, fair.
Remember, I said this game could be ugly, but then we'll win the next one, finish with 9 wins. I thought that'd get us in at the time. Turns out 10 probably wouldn't have even, but
Yeah, I was gonna say
season's dead. Just let Devon Achane pad his stats for the rest of the year. I love that man. Hasn't been great tonight. Nobody's been great tonight. What a dud this was watching this game. I'm glad I mean, it's probably good for mental health that I had something else to do during the game.
It's still a 3-possession game, though. Oh, they just kicked a field goal. It's a 4-possession game.
They didn't kick a field goal.
Or the extra point, sorry.
Yeah, that was 10 minutes ago.
over.
What are you watching on there? That happened 10 minutes ago.
I told you I was behind.
What legal streaming service are you watching this on? I'm watching on DAZN. I pay for it. What do you got?
It's called Nunya.
clever as always.
Yeah, good one.
Well, tank for whoever's supposed to be good this year, groups.
Fernando.
No, it's whatever. I guess losing the rest of the games would be somewhat beneficial. I don't know. We're not gonna have a great draft pick either way, so play hard.
Yep.
Finish the year strong.
Hey,
I want McDaniel.
I'm ready for the Bucks.
Kind of hope we lose that.
Oh, okay.
That'll be a fun, no stress watch. I should watch that with you.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'll just watch that one alone.
Yeah. Yeah, Finn's down. This sucked. I was thinking, I'd get to see a couple touchdowns on this and be like, Devon Achane.
Hey, now you get to be a hater the rest of the year.
Yeah, I suck at that.
Thank goodness that you had that false hope of still being alive, and like we haven't had to deal with the negativity for the last 4 to 6 weeks. But
yeah, no, I agree. It's fun. It's fun watching your team have a chance decently late into the year. It's not something you've experienced in a lot of years until this year. So it is fun. Like at least watching your team have a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you get to experience that this year. I really am. I hope nothing tragic happens to your team down the stretch and you get in. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm allowed to lash.
Sorry, do you want me to pause that?
Nope. Great kick return from DS.
Hold up.
Rock on. Shout out that not staying on until the end of the recording.